click on our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Jansen's Heating and Air is the home of Dr. Comfort, focusing on customer care for heating and air conditioning across Central Illinois for some 35 years. Find out their services, specials, and coupons by clicking their icon on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome into the WTIM information station. My name is Tim Zalabak. Time now for the WTIM morning show. Thank you so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust and Landmark of Taylorville. It'll be live on YouTube and Facebook live there. And it'll be my face on the stream today because we got Kelsey Bentilage on the line. Kelsey, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Tim?
I'm doing well. We really appreciate you for being here. Kelsey Bentilage, she is a nutrition educator and dietitian with the St. Louis Dairy Council. We got her on the line today. And what's been going on around the St. Louis Dairy Council? Any big news down the way here, Kelsey?
I wish we had some exciting news. I mean, we're always busy at the Dairy Council, especially in the summertime, but we've been busy doing fairs and different outings in the community. Next week's coming up on the state fair, so that's always an exciting time for us too. So it's busy, and it's back to school time, and that makes us really extra busy at the St. Louis Dairy Council. So
absolutely. Good to hear all those things. I know there's not a quiet minute over there for the summertime with you guys, but back to school. There's going to be more of the same here with busy stuff, but back to school. What are you guys doing for the kiddos coming back to school?
Well, we really love to work with schools. That's one of our favorite parts of being dietitians here at the Dairy Council, is getting into schools and really educating kids on the importance of dairy and all the good nutrition that it provides. And some of the things that we're doing in schools, especially when we're getting back this month in August, is that we are sending out a back to school kit. It's a nutrition pamphlet that we're sending out to schools, to over 500 of our schools through the school nurses, to give parents that education that they need for nutrition, feeding their kiddos and keeping them fueled up so that they can learn all day long. We are also doing our Dollars for Dairy program. We do this every year. It's a grant, and we have awarded 29 schools in our area. And basically what this grant does is it helps schools to afford new equipment for their cafeterias so that they can prepare or serve dairy foods to students in maybe old ways or new ways. And what I mean by that is maybe it's a milk cooler. That's a typical way of serving dairy. But some of these schools are coming up with new innovative ways, like coffee bars and smoothies and all sorts of ways to serve dairy to their students and get them that super good nutrition that dairy provides.
That's a really cool initiative coming to schools, the Dollars for Dairy program. Tell me a little bit about that grant and how that got started.
Well, it's been going for quite some time at the Dairy Council now, and that's available to schools every single year. So the deadline is typically in June, but that is an opportunity for schools to get up to $2,000 funded for their school cafeteria to really come in and make sure that they're serving delicious dairy foods so that those kids are staying topped up in their calcium and all the 3 servings of dairy that they need every day to stay nourished for learning at school.
Very cool. Very cool. Before that, you mentioned a nutritional type informational kit for parents. Can you explain what that's going to look like? What kind of information's in there?
Yes. So we are detailing all of the nutrition, again, that dairy provides, but in a way that we can educate parents. So what nutrients are in dairy, what it does for the children's body, and then the ways that they can get it into their diet too. And maybe that doesn't look like just a glass of milk, or it could look like a glass of milk, or working it into a recipe or different ways like that to make sure that we are getting that into kids' diet one way or the other, and getting those 3 servings of dairy in for them so that they're tip-top shape with nutrition. Especially those calcium needs are super important for our kiddos to grow their bones big and strong.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially at the young age when you're eating school lunch that could be thrown together right in the early morning by a busy parent. So I'm sure a little bit of aid as to what to pack for a child's lunch could be really helpful here. Do you find that that nutrition seems to take a little drop off here when school starts?
Well, you said it. People are busy and they're in a hurry in the morning, and maybe it's not the school lunch. Maybe the kids eating this, school lunch at school and getting great nutrition there. Maybe it's the breakfast that they struggle with a little bit. It just depends on you and your morning routine, but a lot of parents struggle with getting their kids fed and out the door on school mornings, and dairy is a really good option to simplify breakfast. It could be as simple as drinking a cup of milk with a bagel and peanut butter, or like a yogurt out the door, or string cheese. Those are really good meals on the go. And you can kind of rest assured that you're getting a lot of good nutrients into your kiddo's diet on the go. It doesn't have to be, an omelet breakfast with bacon and toast first thing in the morning. It can still be nutritious and be portable and healthy for your kid as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I always think about those little Baby Bell cheese that you can grab and run out the door with them. That's a perfect little source of dairy. And I feel like you said it right there. When people think of dairy, you think of, a big omelet meal with, a whole 4-course meal there. It doesn't have to be that way. It can be much simpler than that.
Yes, it can be much, much simpler, and it's just important to get those 3 servings of dairy in every day, whether it's a glass of milk, a cup of yogurt, an ounce and a half of cheese, whichever way that you choose to get that in and works for your schedule, especially as kids are going back to school. It's so busy. So whatever works for you and your family is the best way to get through those hectic weeks.
Sure. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And as school gets back into session here, any programs and events that are going to be done inside the schools? Do you guys go in school, do any educating there?
Absolutely. So one of our biggest programs in schools, educational programs, is our Adopt a Calf program, and that actually opens in next week, at the middle of August, for teachers to adopt a baby calf. And it's a completely virtual program. And what you do is you go onto our website, and the barn, we call it the barn, it's just the web page, is open for teachers to go on there, pick a farm, pick a baby calf, and then throughout the school year, you will get updated pictures every month and videos and educational resources for kids to learn about dairy farms, but also dairy foods, where they come from. It's a great way to connect kids to their food and learn about dairy nutrition in the process as well. So that's one of our biggest programs that's coming up with back to school, as well as a wealth of other things. We have resources for nurses, cafeterias, and the list really goes on.
That is super fun and funny. The Adopt a Calf is going to be hilarious. Have you guys been doing that, or has that been a while that's been going on?
Yes, this is our 9th year doing it. So it keeps getting better as time goes on. I think we have 10 farmers on the docket this year, and they're all local farmers. So that's an exciting part of the program too. A lot of schools will pick the farmer that's closest to their school. Some of them pick it by, which calf is the cutest, which I totally understand, but they're all really cute this year. So the sky's the limit on whatever you want to do with the program. And, we have contests throughout the school year to get kids excited about dairy and learning about where their food comes from. So as a dietitian, I love this program because lots of kids grow up never seeing a dairy farm, or any farm for that matter, and they just don't know where their food comes from. So it's a great way to educate kids on where their food's coming from and get them excited about dairy foods.
It's such a great way to get kids thinking about that, of course, and I can see it already. The kids anticipating their time of the day where they get to check on their adopted calf, and that would be a memorable part of their day. I feel like, so that's going to be really fun for them. That's exciting.
Yes. Yes,
You
absolutely.
mentioned some help for nurses amongst the other programs going on. What does that surround?
Yeah, so we have some back to school resources that are going out to nurses here in the upcoming months. And it includes a bulletin board and a bag, teaching kids about how dairy is good for their bodies, that parent piece that we talked about, that nurses are going to be able to send home with parents to help them get some good ideas on how to give their kids balanced diet at home when they aren't getting the yummy school lunches or breakfasts as well. So it's a little bit for the kids, a little bit for the parents, and a little kit for the nurses to be able to educate kids on dairy and the nutrition that it provides.
Absolutely, and it's good to kind of get started there with the nurses, as they do provide a lot of information for students, and you'll take their word for it.
Yes, they are the health professionals
Right.
of the schools. Absolutely.
All right, so that's great. We're getting the information to them, and they're going to get it out to the students and parents. And you said it's quite a big deal for the parents to get this knowledge because it's just not that common of knowledge for everyone.
No, it's not. And parents shouldn't be expected to just know how to provide a perfect balanced diet. That's why there's professionals out there to help them out with that. And that's kind of the idea we had behind developing this kit, is to give them the resources that they need to be successful, especially as the school year is starting.
Yeah, absolutely. The perfect time to do it. Kelsey, we're going to take our first short little break here. I'm sitting down with Kelsey Bentledge. She's with the St. Louis Dairy Council as a nutrition educator and dietitian. We'll be right back here on the WTIM Morning Show.
Your information station, WTIM.
Kirby Hames here from PS Printing in Taylorville. We have a new location to serve you. We're now at 350 North Webster on Illinois Route 29, right next to Wendy's. We're still providing the quality printing services you have come to expect from PS Printing since 1978, as well as complete web design, hosting, and even mobile apps. And we also create and provide digital signage to help you promote your products even better. PS Printing, now at 350 North Webster next to Wendy's. Online at psprinting.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Robinson with Advanced Title Group Incorporated in Taylorville. We are Christian County's only locally owned title company with over 100 years of title experience in our office. Whether you are selling, buying, building, or refinancing your home, farm, business, or land, choose Advanced Title Group. Visit us at advancedtitlegroup.com. Stop in on the northwest corner of the Taylorville Square or call 824-8007. Advanced Title Group, excellence with integrity and experience.
We're all familiar with the three whats. What is it? What can it do for me? And what does it cost? At Country Financial, we can help you find the answers with the insurance coverage to protect what's most important to you, all at a price you can afford. So while you're juggling work and kids while trying to keep an eye on your future, we'll make sure we're one of the first ones there when you need us most. What should you do next? Call me, Brandon Bible, your Country Financial representative at 217-287-2332 to chat about your insurance needs today.
It's the time of year when the whole family is involved in lots of activities, from sports and family outings. That's why you need the nutrition farmer-owned Prairie Farms dairy products give you. Enjoy Prairie Farms lactose-free milk, including whole, 2% chocolate, and skim with calcium added. And how about Prairie Farms dairy low-fat and no-fat cottage cheese? Or Prairie Farms yogurt for that snack or salad. Give your body what it needs in vitamins, minerals, and taste with farmer-owned Prairie Farms dairy products.
Jim Stepp is the owner of Central Illinois Asphalt in Taylorville. With over 40 years in the asphalt paving business, he's still at it today, based in Taylorville. Don't trust fly-by-night pavers claiming they've got extra asphalt, then play gotcha. Call Jim Stepp at Central Illinois Asphalt for asphalt repair and sealing, and make your driveway or parking lot dust-free with recycled asphalt and environmentally friendly sealer that doesn't contain coal tar and other harmful things to your health. Reach Jim by Googling Central Illinois Asphalt Taylorville for quality work at fair prices. He's your local paver with over 40 years experience.
Small towns are in, and Taylorville is poised for you and your family to join them. Taylorville has what you're looking for. Find out more, including upcoming events, by clicking the Small Town Taylorville icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Local farm broadcaster Jared White covers the local agriculture news you need to know. Weekday mornings at 6:40 and weekday afternoons at 12:20. Hear his reports by downloading the free WTIM mobile app at the Apple Store or Google Play.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM information station. My name is Tim Zalabak. Time now for the WTIM morning show. It's the second half of the WTIM morning show with Kelsey Bentledge. She's with the St. Louis Dairy Council as a nutrition educator and dietitian. We were talking back to school and all of the great programs and initiatives that get going for St. Louis Dairy Council for back to school. But we're done with that. Kelsey, we still got you on the air here. Hello, Kelsey.
Yes, you sure do.
Beautiful. They scared me for 1 second there. I thought we were about to pull a code red there. All good. But no, we're happy to have you here, Kelsey. And what's the recipe of the month for over there at St. Louis Dairy Council?
So we love recipes here at the Dairy Council. We're all dietitians, so we love food. But this month we have a pancake recipe that is made with cottage cheese. So I know it sounds kind of strange, but it's actually delicious. The cottage cheese adds a ton of creaminess and a little bit of tang to the pancakes. But it is a great way to incorporate a dairy food into breakfast. This pancake recipe, it has cottage cheese, which actually gives the pancakes a lighter, fluffier texture, and it boosts the amount of protein that's in the pancake, which as a dietitian I love because protein is important for helping us to feel fuller longer. So especially as we're heading back to school, getting our kids that breakfast in the morning, getting them a little extra protein might help them stay full until lunch and be able to focus on learning and all of that important stuff as well. So this recipe actually provides 12 grams of protein and is super delicious. So if you would like to take a stab at this recipe, it is on our website at sdldairycouncil.org. We have that recipe as well as a wealth of other dairy recipes for incorporating dairy foods into your diet. That we come up with here at the Dairy Council, and we love, like I said, as dietitians, we love food. So we have some really good recipes on there for you guys.
Absolutely. I think last month you talked about a cottage cheese made from some ice cream made of cottage cheese. Does that sound about right? Was that right?
Yes,
Yeah. So this
yes,
month,
it must be the month.
yeah.
It must be the month of or the year of cottage cheese. We just love cottage cheese,
What is
apparently.
that about? Cottage cheese. It sounds like very high in protein. It's good for you and easy to work in and mix in
Exactly.
with things, right?
Exactly. It's a great way to get your calcium needs in every day. It has a wealth of other vitamins and minerals. And like I said, it's high in protein. So that keeps you full longer. So I think that's just kind of the premise behind it is getting some extra nutrition in your diet. And it doesn't just have to be a plain pancake. It can be a pancake with some extra nutrients and protein in it as well.
Sure. Yeah. You've heard of protein pancakes, and they never really taste how you want them to. So this is just a different way that you can get more nutrition out of your pancakes. It mostly thought of as really more of a treat, honestly, as you're not going to suffice. You're not going to supply all of your nutrition there for pancakes. But here with a little cottage cheese in them, you really could.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great way to add that in. I agree. I've had protein pancakes before, but you can taste the protein. At least cottage cheese, it actually adds to this. It makes it fluffier. It makes it have a unique taste. So instead of having that gritty protein taste, it has a delicious cottage cheese taste to it. So it's a great way to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really awesome. You mentioned some of the other great meal ideas that you guys have on St. Louis Dairy Council website. What are a couple of those? What are some of your favorites?
Yeah. So, as the kids are going back to school, we're all super busy. So there are a ton of ways that you can just include dairy into your diet and have easy on the go meals. One way is by just simply making some yogurt parfaits, layering Greek yogurt with fruit and granola. That's a great thing to take on your way out the door. Or if you're wanting to, make something that's a warm breakfast, you can add cheese to your scrambled eggs and put it on an English muffin. You could whip up easy smoothies too. Those are mobile. You could take those in a to-go cup on the way out the door. One of my favorites is doing chocolate milk, Greek yogurt, a banana, and peanut butter. It's super simple. You're getting fruit there, tons of good protein with the Greek yogurt and banana, and a little bit of a taste of chocolate as well. So it's delicious and nutritious at the same time. Or you can make, for the later meals in the day, quesadilla with cheese on there to get your dairy in. You could add a slice of cheese onto a sandwich. You mentioned the Baby Bell cheeses earlier. That's a great afternoon snack for after school. So really the sky's the limit on how you can get those dairy foods in throughout the day. But it can be super simple, or it can be, a tough recipe if you're wanting to really wow the crowd too.
Sure. Yeah. You mentioned there's so many different ways to throw it in your daily diet there. Is it better to a little bit of dairy here, a little bit of dairy there? Is it okay to have most of it in one sitting, or what do you recommend there?
As long as you're getting 3 servings in a day, as a dietitian, I'm happy with that. It just works out differently for each individual family. As long as, like I said, as long as you're getting in 3 servings every day, a lot of times it tends to be that we get a lot of dairy in with breakfast, just because the breakfast foods are, like yogurt, a yogurt parfait, or people love a glass of milk or cereal, things like that with breakfast. It tends to be heavier in the beginning part of the day. So that doesn't mean that you can't do it later in the day too. So it's totally up to you and how it works for you and your family.
Totally. That's awesome. Kelsey, we got a little bit less than a minute left. Can you go ahead and name that website one more time so people can find these cool recipes?
Yes, so head to our website at www.stldairyycouncil.org for a list of a ton of recipes, including that cottage cheese pancake. Or if you want a quick place to find recipes as well, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We post them there as well. And the handle for that is at STL Dairy Council.
Amazing. Kelsey, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. That's Kelsey Benteledge with the St. Louis Dairy Council. She's a nutrition educator and dietitian. My name's Tim Zalabak. You've been listening to the WTIM Morning Show.
Your information station, WTIM.
As we wait for our SRN news to play here on the WTIM information station.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason. Forecasters are warning of the potential of severe weather across the eastern U.S. in the coming day or two. The National Weather Service said torrential rains, flooding rains possible across a wide area. It's also dangerously hot in many places.